Mr. President, it's that time of week, the end of the week here in the U.S. Senate, that I come down to the floor and get to recognize someone special in the great state of Alaska, someone who's doing something important for their community, for the state, the country, and it's the highlight of my week. I know for our pages, we have some new pages here, but it's commonly recognized this typically is the favorite speech of the week for the pages because you get to hear stories about real people, particularly people in Alaska. So you'll hear a lot of these as you're here working hard in the Senate, so we're glad the new pages are here. Now, Mr. President, as you know, my state is certainly one of the most interesting imagined states in the whole country. By the way, the people watching in the gallery, I have a friend up there, my friend Scott Lee's up there, watching on TV. Come up to Alaska. You'll love it. I guarantee you'll be the trip of the lifetime. Nobody comes to Alaska and is disappointed. But I like to talk about Alaska here on the Senate floor. You know, people see a lot of what's going on in the state in the nature channels and the adventure channels. There's a story about Alaska on cable TV. It seems like daily, almost hourly, but not nearly enough of these stories focus on the people who live there. Independent, patriotic, generous men, women, and yes, kids, children who call Alaska home. So, Mr. President, today I want to recognize 13-year-old Alaina Vick, who lives in Eagle River, Alaska. That's a beautiful community about 15 miles north of Anchorage. Alaina is a young woman with a big heart. She lives with her mother, Amy, who owns her own real estate company, and her father, Curtis, who is an Alaska State Trooper, someone I know well because he and I served together with the very outstanding Marine Corps Reserve Unit based in Alaska, Echo Company, 4th Recon Battalion. So, Trooper Vic, Semper Fi, and to you and Amy, great job on raising such an exceptional daughter. So why is she so exceptional? Well, let's get into what Alaina has done for us. But first, let me talk a little bit about what's going on in Alaska, because I always like to update in this speech what's happening. I was home for the whole month of August, actually almost 5 weeks, and then did a week of my own Marine Corps Reserve duty. But it was great to be home, got to travel all over the state, and when I mean travel all over, we're talking hundreds, if not thousands of miles, literally, between communities. There was a lot going on. Unfortunately, as it happens in so many summers in Alaska, fires were taking their toll, but the weather was amazing. Beautiful blue skies. For the most part, the sun was out. Perfect for fishing, hiking, camping, all the things that so many people in Alaska who come to visit and live there do in the summer. So now we're heading into the fall. Leaves are starting to turn. It's moose hunting season. The snow isn't far away for most of the state, and in some parts of the state, it's actually already on the ground. So some might say that winter is coming, but I think it's too soon. Winter is coming, but not just yet. I'll let you know when that happens. School has started, and Alaina Vick has entered 8th grade. Her favorite subject is art, and like so many Alaskans, she's been busy. So, Mr. President, what has she been busy doing? Why are we honoring this young Alaskan who is doing a lot for our state? Well, first, as a Girl Scout in Troop 690, under the amazing leadership of Troop Leader Mrs. Melissa Jones, Alaina sold more cookies than any other Girl Scout in the entire state of Alaska. More than 5,000 boxes. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? Now, I love Girl Scout cookies. I think they're the best in the country, but 5,000 boxes in one state, that is pretty darn impressive. What's her secret? She said, well, my mom told me to go out almost every day to sell cookies, to talk to people, to interest them in buying the cookies. And her older brother, Kyle, who's, by the way, an Eagle Scout, you can see what a high-achieving family this is, also helped coach his sister and helped take her out to sell cookies. And she said, Alaina said, I'm a really hard worker when it comes to Girl Scout cookies. Well, obviously she is. 5,000 boxes. But selling cookies just wasn't good enough for her. She wanted to do more for her Girl Scout project, so she took her passion to the next level, using her selling skills to help others and focusing on our men and women in our military, particularly those who are deployed. Now, Alaska, we proudly boast the record of having more vets per capita than any state in the country. And so this is something that a lot of our communities can get behind. So she and her fellow Girl Scouts began to send our deployed military members cookies, Girl Scout cookies. She got the idea when the father of one of the members of her Girl Scout troop was deployed. Her troop wanted to make sure that he felt remembered on his deployment. All told, in 2017, she was able to donate 800 boxes to our troops, some of whom were deployed in Kuwait and Qatar. But, Mr. President, she didn't stop there. As I've often said, that we live in one of the most patriotic states in the country, so Alaina Vick is just one more bit of proof of that. She wanted to do more for the men and women in uniform. They're fighting for us, she said. They're protecting us. They deserve to be appreciated and remembered and honored. This is a 13-year-old girl. Remember, she's also the daughter of a recon Marine. And with the help of her mother, Amy, and her father, Curtis, and her two younger brothers, she expanded her effort into what is now called Operation Sweet Support. And you can find that on Facebook. Now, in addition to not just cookies, she's also sending snacks, pencils, duct tape, toys, because who doesn't need a toy when they're deployed? Or duct tape. You can use it for everything. So when the news got out about this project, she started to receive donations from all over the community in Eagle River and all over Alaska. So this year, she sent out over 98 care packages through this project to Alaskan troops who are deployed overseas, particularly in Kosovo and Kuwait, and she's aiming to send out 75 more by the end of the year. One 13-year-old girl in the great state of Alaska. She puts a personalized handwritten note into each of the boxes, thanking them. This is my way of saying thank you. One of her notes reads, here's another one. You are amazing and appreciated and loved. Thank you for your service. That's another note from Alaina to our servicemen and women deployed overseas. Now, she gets notes back, of course. One wrote, thanks for everything you've done for us. Please keep supporting the troops and sending cookies. Our military members love cookies. They say it makes a big difference. Someone also sent her an American flag that was flown overseas in appreciation of the cookies, as well as a unit coin, military coin, sent to Alaina by our appreciative troops. It was amazing, she said when she got this. So, Mr. President, as someone who's been deployed myself away from family and friends, I know what it means to get such care packages. It means the world. It means people back home are remembering what you're doing. So, Alaina, thank you for your great work supporting our troops, for the example you're setting for all the young men and women, not just in Alaska, but America, and Amy and Curtis. Thanks for raising such a wonderful daughter. And Alaina, keep up the great work. And congratulations once again on being our Alaskan of the Week. I yield the floor.